the 8 apps and websites you need to create dope content. I use those things every day on a daily basis, and they help me out a ton in order to create my content in a massive quantity and doing entertaining content as well. So make sure that you guys use those. Number one is Zoom. Like right now, I'm on Zoom. I'm actually using Zoom to restream, to put my stream on YouTube, and then I also take a video, save it, and repurpose it again. But that's one of the software I'm using. Second one is Restream.io. It's pretty much the same thing for the same purpose. The advantage with Restream is that you can actually take one live and post it on like all the platforms other than Facebook and YouTube, which are the things that you can only do on Zoom. And that's the bit of the problem with Zoom, is that you can only do it on those platforms. But if you use Restream, you're able to go on Twitch, you're able to go on all the platforms like Facebook and all those platforms at the same time. So that's really important to make sure that you're everywhere when you're streaming. So that's a great platforms to use. By the way, if you guys want to know and take a look at those, a few of those, I'm going to put a link in the description so you can take a look at those and see if they are a good fit for you. So Restream is great for restreaming. Plus, let's say one day you cannot like do a live presentation. You're like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do it. Well, you can actually put a video, make a video off live, and you're able to put it in Restream, and Restream will basically put it as if it was a live video. So that can be interesting if some days, hey, you miss a day of posting live, that happens, you can use Restream to do that. So that's great as well. Now, next thing I use all the time to create my thumbnails, all the content, the visual content that I use is Adobe Express or Canva. I was using Canva before, but because I got Adobe suite with Premiere Pro, Photoshop, and all those things, I am able to get Adobe Express. And to be honest, I prefer it to Canva. It's really early stage. They're really testing out a new features, but I really like the content that's on it and the fact that you can use all those things together. So that's one of the software that I use. Next software that I use every day, and since Hannah joined the Clubhouse room, I'm going to talk about it. Adobe Premiere Pro. Yes, we all know this one. It's a funny one. Sometimes it's on your side, sometimes it's not on your side, but I would say it's by far the best for me. Actually, for content creation, it's the best all-around content creation tool. They just released a new update, and I don't know if you guys know that, and I was so happy that they did that. One of the things I wanted to do is put subtitles, because everybody was telling me, hey, like 75% of people actually watch the video on mute. And I was like, oh, I need to do subtitles, but I don't want to pay like $1 a minute for every TikTok or thing I'm promoting. That's a bit too much, you know what I mean? And I struggled to find that software that was able to deliver those things. And I was all the time like editing on Premiere Pro. And one day, like I think like 2-3 weeks ago, when I was just starting to do that show, the Marketing Commandos, I found out that they made like an update, and actually you can have automatic subtitles and transcripts on the app. And I was so happy that they just did that, because that was one of the main struggles. I was literally in front of my computer like, what they did it, oh yeah. I was so damn happy. That really helps me out a lot to create short form content that you put on Instagram, on Facebook, TikTok, those things. When you put subtitles, that really helps out a lot. So I would advise you to go with Adobe Premiere. I think I'm going to also add a link to show you guys so you can get it ASAP for your business. Now, I'm going to go to the next one because we're not finished. I actually talked about this one before, which is imageflip.com. So imageflip.com is very interesting if you want to create quick, fast memes. Memes are basically like funny, relatable images that you've probably seen on social media, and they're really useful to have because they're really like, they get a high engagement rate oftentimes. So that's really interesting to use that thing, because it basically, like, you choose a meme, you can even see that the popular memes that they got out there. So you see, okay, this one is popular, I'm going to fill it with the text I want, and then you download it and you're done. That's pretty easy, and I really like this one. Extremely easy to create like tens of memes and schedule them after that. Now, next one I'm using is more into the preparation side and understanding what kind of content is to be done. And that's the most important part of the process, because let me tell you guys something. If you if you're focusing on creating a piece of content or creating something, you should put 80% of your time on creating the hook. And the hook can be the title, the headline, the thumbnail if you're doing a YouTube video, the first seconds, the first minutes, like that beginning part when you're hooking your viewer, your reader, your listener. You should be focusing most of your time, 80% of your time on that. The rest is allocated to the content and the call to action, like for real. And if you follow those things, you got to understand that the research part and understanding, okay, what people are searching in the first place is important to put the right hook on, because you can put a hook, but if nobody's searching for those things, they will not be hooked. So you got to make sure that you know what to search. So answerthepublic.com is a great website because you can basically type, okay, like a specific site. Let's say you're into the car selling, like Precious. I know Precious leads into like selling cars, but hey, you can type like cars in Canada. Okay, and then you're able to see what people are asking as questions, as with like it gives you like 100 different versions of that same questions with the keyword that you just put. So that helps you out a lot to actually see what people are searching in specific part of the world, so you can address those questions, those problems they are searching answers for. So that's a great one. Answer the public. Then another one that I use in order to have the great keywords, if you're doing keywords for Google articles, for YouTube, all those things like that, I use Ahrefs, ahrefs.com. That's one of the websites that you can use in order to find the popular hashtags, the popular tags. Especially, I use that especially for YouTube, the popular tags that you can use to make sure that your videos are seen by everyone. And the last one I got for you is Anchor, Anchor.fm, Anchor. So Anchor is really a great one if you're having a podcast, because in the past, I was like, okay, I need to make a podcast. It gives you an RSS feed, and people oftentimes you got to pay for that. That's for free. Anchor is totally free, by the way. And like, what's great with Anchor is that when you post something on Anchor, it auto distributes it on other platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Tidal, I think, and pretty much all the other like possible platforms available for podcasting. So that helps you to grab a lot of attention really quick, and you don't have to repost it again and again on all the platforms. So I really love Anchor. I use that all the time to post my podcast and grab some more attention on each episode I do. And I got a bonus one for you, which is an app that is got its specific use. It's called IFTTT. If this, then that. The app is, you can download it. I think it's on mobile. I believe it's on computer as well, but you can get it on mobile. IFTTT. So that application is great because it helps you automate certain things. Basically, people already created. It works a bit like Zapier for those guys who know it. Basically, you go in it and people already created automations. For example, you can search for automations about anything. It can be for like when you go to home, you can activate Wi-Fi or things like that. But it can also be helpful if you're trying to post content. Let's say when you post something on Instagram with specific hashtags, all of a sudden it's going to be distributed to your LinkedIn, your Facebook, and your Twitter as well, all in the same time. So that's really great if you want to automate the process of creating content and not having to post all the times, things multiple times on different platforms. That saves a lot of time and a lot of things that you can do with that time, of course.